Hi everyone, and welcome to 3-Minute Racquet Reviews, where we try and explain how graphite feels interacting with a rubber ball covered in felt in approximately 3 minutes. Today's frame is the Head Flexpoint Radical MP. So let's get right into it. In terms of the ground strokes, I'd give this one an 8.5 out of 10. It has a nice crisp response out of the string bed, good pop for a 95-inch radical, a nice control off both wings, and definitely felt comfortable when taking big cuts. Moving on to the Netplay, I'd give this one a 6.5 out of 10. Not my favorite frame at the net, a little bit clunky in terms of the stock setup. Could definitely use some tail weighting just to add a little bit of maneuverability and get that racket into place quicker. In terms of the serving, I'd give this one a 7 out of 10. It's a surprisingly powerful racket on flat serves. Slide serves had good bite, but personally struggled with the kick, likely due to the tight string spacing in the upper hoop. Onto the power with this one, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's average power for a 95-inch head frame, a little bit on the crispy side in the sweet spot, and tends to lose power outside of the sweet spot. In terms of the control, I'd give this an 8.5 out of 10. It's above average control for a radical. Feels like you can really pick your spots nicely, but it's definitely better suited for flatter ball strikers. In terms of the spin, I'd give it about an average 7 out of 10 rating. I'm not going to blow you away with spin, but there's definitely enough spin there to be relevant in the modern game. In terms of stability, I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. It's quite stable due to the distribution of weight in the layup. I personally do feel like flex points hurt the stability in the middle of the hoop, especially on these radical versions where the flex points feel specifically pronounced. Onto the comfort of this frame, I think it's a comfortable response all around. I'd give it about an 8 out of 10. Classic 95-inch radical plush feeling with a unique feel due to those flex points. In terms of the flex profile, I'd classify this one as a middle yoke flex, likely due to the hoop itself flexing given the flex point tech that's been mentioned before. Moving on to the touch and responsiveness of this Radical MP, I'd give it about an 8 out of 10. It definitely does have above average touch out of this string bed. It did feel very comfortable around the flex points and provide a different sensation, almost as if the ball sunk into the string bed a little bit more in those locations. On to the next category, the will it lead category. I think this is a viable option for the average player, so long as you can generate your own power and you're not looking for a racket to provide you more pop. And lastly, on the cosmetics with this one, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's that classic radical orange with some nice color blocking, a little bit uninspired, but quite traditional. Thank you so much everybody for joining us on this racket review of the Head Flexpoint Radical MP.